I'm going to guess the W. The W is going to get nerfed by like 10, 20, 30, 40. Something massive. Let's see. All right, so it loses 10% AD, so that's huge. That's actually just about what I was saying. 120% AD maximum. Yeah, okay, so just about that. Damage reduction went from 40-80, 20-40 to 40-70, 20-35. So they took away some of the resistances. I mean, this ability was just too good, and they the fact that they made it a 4-point wave clear, like one W held all the way, and then three Qs killing the melees. One W hits the entire minion wave, and it also has a pretty large, like if this microphone is where you're standing, it actually hits from here to here, right? It hits around and behind you. So when you can actually stand in the middle of the melee wave, and then you can go W, hold it, Iron Spike Whip, QQQ, for example. By level 7, it's pretty easy to have that 1,000 gold and be there, and you just have instantaneous wave clear. So it's this is why this is getting nerfed, and this champion was just too strong for that. It gave her a way too easy way to get into the late game and skip that like trough. This we saw coming because Kale's laning phase mid was getting too good, which is too bad because they it'd be fine if Kale were part of the meta. Hasn't been in forever. This will be interesting when Auction comes out. Q damage ratio decreased. They finally nerfed Annie by 5%. And the small pyromaniac and her bear taking over skilled play. Yeah, I mean, she's been OP for a really long time. People are finally just catching on. Q cooldown increased. This champion's been very strong, but the numbers on this champion are so weird because it's mostly one tricks. This is probably a mistake that they're nerfing it. Base armor and Q damage increased. Really? 40 base armor for Blitzcrank. That's pretty serious business. 20 extra damage at level 1. Are you kidding? This is actually like a reasonable ability now. 120% AP, so we're definitely going to see some people building AP Blitzcrank mids. Q damage ratio increase later. Much needed. They're doing it based on percent AD. That's good. This makes her even more reliant, so don't be building double zeal items on Kate. One zeal item, that's it. That's all you're allowed. Cass buff 10 flat damage. Are you kidding? Alright, so this is something that they nerfed a long time ago where you used to just be able to bully people in lane. If this is 20 damage, then you can go auto E and you're suddenly dealing more damage than any other character. Level 1 over time. I want to say any other character. If you're weaving in your autos, Cassiopeia is going to be back to the lane goddess state where you just buy corrupting potion, you walk up into lane, you just start auto E, auto E, auto E. It used to be worse when single target spells didn't attract minion aggro. Ever since they did that, you haven't seen that like Faker versus who was it? Spirit? Who was it? There's someone that he like, the retirement meme kind of came out of that, where Faker just took this guy, wiped him out of the lane. It was an Echo that cast Q at level 1, and Faker was just like, all right, corrupting potion, E, and just like sat on him, didn't let him touch the wave. Guy had to burn his teleport to come back. His jungler came in, they just forced the issue, forced him back again, and the game was over. It was like a level 7 to level 3 advantage at one point. So we'll see if those good old days come back. This is the broken ability. People finally started building Doran's Blade first also. This huge nerf. Ooh, that's a big one. Yeah, so they're trying to hit her early laning. It's too bad because like that was her identity. That was what she did best. She's still really hard to play in late game fights. Just saw that one. Q damage increase. They want him to be able to poke in lane. 10 damage plus 5 AP. That's not really that much. Oh, it goes up actually over time. 265 for single target ability is not very good. Mordekaiser W cooldown decreased. Stored post mitigation damage from damage dealt increased. Okay. Making. Wait, this is just a buff? This is gonna make his. I mean, his jungle clears almost full health anyways. But this is insane now. He's just gonna be able to race through the jungle, no problem. This actually, being able to come out full health is a big deal. That's one of the reasons the Rumble change knocked him out of the jungle, because you couldn't get a CDR rune, you couldn't get a haste rune at level 1 and then keep the shield up and overheat in the jungle. Um, Being able to stay up an extra 2 seconds is a pretty massive deal, because you go through camps faster than this. That's really interesting. Base health and health growth increased. That's because pros are actually kite camps and they aren't affected by her low health pool, whereas low level players get crushed in the jungle. So this makes a lot of sense. W cooldown decreased by, they brought it back down to 11. Good, that was too much. The fact that you couldn't access your second ability for 22 seconds was a really long time. Various Rumble heat system bug fixes. No longer stops moving. Yay! This used to stop. This was so annoying that it would stop you. Alright, Rumble's heat no longer resets to previous values when undoing. Oh, this weird stuff. Alright. Shyvana, when are they can do the quality of life increase? What's the point in changing this champion? I think they probably just want to get some hype up, make her really strong. This is my guess. She's probably going to be really strong right now. This is all to her Q, so it's mostly for her AD build, which was the better one. It's very good for jungle. Going down to 7 seconds, you can do it twice on your first 2 camps easily. First hit AP ratio goes up by 10%. Wow. It's 10% on both, so that's 20%. It's really strong. Detonation damage increase makes sense, because at pro this was the harder thing to do. They'll always dodge that. W heal decrease, that was probably needed. 30-60. The heal goes down by 5 per rank, and the ratio goes down by 5%. So now your maximum heal gets a pretty huge hit, right? So let's say you're taking a fight at level 5. 30 less heal is a big deal. Plus, you're probably sitting on 15% AP, so there's, a couple extra digits there. Not digits, but, what's the word I'm looking for? Not decimals, but integers. Just, it goes from 90 to 94 or so. Q cost damage decrease. She's getting buffed. She's already strong. Whoa, they brought it back to what it was. Okay. When this was the case, she was insane in the bot lane, so she might be really strong again in multiple places. E cooldown increase, that's because Thresh has been on the top for a very long time. They're taking all of the heal out of the lane. Base damage went down by 10. That's big because you're spamming this. Oh, but they increased it against monsters. Alright, so they're putting it into the jungle. Healing damage against marked minions goes down by a ton. Okay, yep, makes sense. Base health regen decreased. This is big because his passive deals works with this. Arc cooldown. Yeah, 160. 160 was something that they changed a while back. They gave her other power in other places, but this needs to be her identity, the ability to dodge out of fights. HULLBREAKER could use some help as the game reaches later phases. Interesting. So the split pushing, now it's saying stay in the split push. 20 to 45 base armor and bonus mat. I mean, that's huge. Wow. Whoa. The minions getting this big is enormous. That's a big deal. Your minions just won't die. You will break turrets, because the turret won't be able to break your waves.